I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I got some fun stuff from the Ulta, the Sephora. I got a little bit of PR, but let's go ahead and start off with some things that I still got during the Sephora VIB sale that I hadn't had a chance to use in the last video, so we'll talk about those. I purchased both of the new two Aether Beauty quads that came out. They came out with a purple one and a green one, and I really like their formula, especially for being an all-natural brand. They're really nice, really pretty, easy to wear, easy to blend type of shadows. So I got both of these, and this first one is the one in Topaz. The packaging is the same style packaging that their highlighters come in. This is one of my favorite ones, the Supernova Pure Diamond Dust. I love this for an eyeshadow and also as a highlighter, but it's that same type of packaging. It's sustainable, it's cardboard, there's no mirror, and then there's a little elastic that keeps the palette closed so that they don't have to include a magnet. But I wore this yesterday and I incorporated it with the Aether Beauty highlighter, and the look was so pretty. This quad reminds me of the NARS Paramaribo duo that I used to wear like every single day. I loved that. These two shades right here are really reminiscent of that, and the look just kind of took me back to the time when I used to wear Paramaribo all the time from NARS, so that was kind of fun. All of the shades in here do have a shimmer to them, so no mattes. But just super easy to wear pretty eyeshadows. And I loved pairing both of these quads with the Aether Beauty Pure Diamond Dust. Pretty though. I love like green tones like this. They're just really nice. So that one is the Topaz mini crystal palette. A lot of brands, I've got a lot of mini palettes in this video, but it's like the new thing. It used to be like big palettes and now it's like little palettes, and I'm down for either. The other one is the Ametrine mini crystal palette, and these both have 4 shadows that are 1.25 grams or 0.04 ounces per shade, which is kind of medium in terms of the amount of product that you're getting, and these are both also made in the USA. So this one's got the purple packaging with the band, and then there's one matte eyeshadow in here, which is this kind of dusty rose shade. All these 3 shades have a shimmer or a sheen to them. And I paired this guy with, again, the Aether Beauty Diamond Dust highlighter because both of these quads don't have a light enough highlighter shade for me. So it worked out great because I love to use that Pure Diamond Dust as an eyeshadow anyway. And it looked really pretty paired with both of these quads. So that one is the Ametrine Mini Crystal palette right there. Both palettes do have a little sticker with the names of the shadows on the back as well. I also purchased the Violet Voss See You Later 20 Color Eyeshadow and Pressed Pigment palette from the Sephora sale. It was one of those things where I just kept looking at the palette, and that is the same thing that happened with the other Violet Voss palettes that I purchased. I just kept looking at them, and I enjoy the Violet Voss eyeshadows. They're really easy to work with. You know, some of the shades and stuff aren't all that special, but they're really nice eyeshadows. So I did go ahead and get this one right here, and these palettes are made in the PRC, and there's a total of 36 grams or 1.26 ounces of product in this guy. So each shadow is 0.063 ounces, which is a pretty decent amount of product that you're getting. So cardboard packaging here, and I haven't worn every single shade in here, but I've worn a few, and there's some really pretty shades in here. So it's a magnetic closure, it's got the little mirror in there, and then there's a bunch of mattes and a bunch of shimmers and just really fun shades. This one launched not that long ago on the Sephora website, and I thought it was interesting because this is a real summer vibe type of palette, but some of these colors are so pretty. Like the shine on these shimmers is pretty as well. There's like super fine micro glitters or like micro sparkles in them that just look really beautiful on the lid. So I'm gonna swatch the whole thing for you guys. There's a matte brow bone in there. Just really pretty shades. The mattes are pigmented, they blend nicely. So I am digging it. But definitely like a summer style palette. But I'm really glad that I picked it up. You can guess that this is one of my favorite shades, right? It's kind of a duochrome shift with that purple pinky blue in there. And then these guys. These mattes are so like silky soft, but they're not like overly dusty. They're still a substantial formula. In this middle row. That blue is really intense. And then these guys. These Shimmer Shades, I use a flat, kind of more stiff shader brush and kind of, you know, jab it in there to pick it up, because they can be a little bit more difficult to pick up on a brush because they're a thicker kind of formula, but it really suspends those, you know, sparkles really well. So, and then this last row. Right on the elbow. Pretty colors though, look at that. As we're going into winter, I'm like, this is like summer vibes, man. So, those are all the swatches right there of the Violet Voss See You Later eyeshadow palette, and I am really glad that I went ahead and picked it up. And then I purchased a few things from Ulta. I saw this dish, and it's like a jewelry little accessory type dish, and I love unicorns. But when I looked at it, I was like, you know what? This would be perfect to throw my eyelashes on, because I'm one of those people that will like pull my eyelashes off and just like toss them on either the desk back here or up here or something like this. And I was like, this is a perfect little catch dish for my eyelashes. So that's what I'm using it for, but you can use it as like a little you know, ring holder or necklaces or whatever. But I thought I would show you guys, because I thought it was perfect for catching eyelashes. And it says on the bottom here, it says The Dish by groovybeauty.com, but I got it in store at Ulta. But just in case it's not like online at Ulta, I'll try to find it, but that's the website that it came on, and it's like a kind of feels like a porcelain little dish there. And I know you guys don't see this very often, but I like to paint my nails in the winter time. In the summertime, for me, spring, summer, fall-ish, when I'm outside doing horse stuff a lot, it's just pointless to paint my nails because it just does not last. And then they end up looking really like kind of terrible. But in the more winter times when I'm not as hard on my hands, I like to paint my nails. So I did paint them with an older like Sephora nail polish that they no longer make. But oftentimes what I run into when I paint my nails in the winter time, you know, products, removers and stuff like that kind of take a toll on my nails. And I don't have the thickest nails. They're not like weak or anything, but they are a thinner type of a nail. And so I want to try to get some things that, you know, strengthen them a little bit better for when I'm painting them. I don't know how well this is gonna work, but I hope it works, because this is the first time that I've painted them so far. But I got this OPI Infinite Shine Strengthening Primer. And I'm hoping if I put this guy down, this was like expensive too. If I put this down, it will help with maintaining the strength of my nails so that they don't kind of split in half, because they tend to do that, like split horizontally. So hopefully it'll help. I did put this on before I put this nail polish on, so we will find out. But I also got this in hopes that it will also help with the integrity of my nails, and it's from Topia, the Fresh Avocado Nail Polish Remover. It's acetone free, 99% biosourced, removes all nail polish gently and effortlessly. So this is a line that Ulta now carries. They had nail polish too, which I was kind of looking at some of the shades, but I'm hoping that, you know, this remover and using a strengthener will help maintain the integrity of my nails while I paint them kind of through the winter months. If you guys have some tips on that, I would love to know, because I'm so not a nail gal. I'm not real educated in the nail department, if you will. So these are the two products I ended up picking up to, you know, try to be able to paint my nails and still not have them go straight to heck. So from Ulta Online, I got two more of the new Lorac Pro Palettes. I got the Mini Pro Shimmering Palette and then the Pro Palette Soleil. I know I'm going to end up getting the other mini and the larger Pro Palette too, because this formula is really nice. I used to have a lot of trouble blending out their matte shadows. They're just really thin and dusty. They didn't build and blend really well for me. And this newer formula is much, much nicer. And the shimmers, oh my gosh. The shimmers in these new Pro formula, they're just high shine, just really, really beautiful. So I got these guys. So this one is the little one in Shimmering. And there's 3 shades in here. This is made in China. There's 5 grams or 0.17 ounces of product in here. And the top 3 shades are matte and the bottom 3 are shimmer. So it's kind of a one and done little warm eyeshadow palette. Little cute guy. Right here. Like Lorac just kind of disappeared for a minute and then they come out with some really nice eyeshadows. And then these 2 here. Like those shimmers. The mattes are nice. The shimmers. The shimmers are really pretty. So that's the little 6-pan Mini Pro in shimmering right there. I'll leave those swatches up so you can see them next to the Soleil Pro palette. This is also made in China, a total of 16 grams or 0.56 ounces of product. And this has got 18 eyeshadows in there. These larger ones do come with this like sheet taped over the front with the names on there. Like, we could have done without that. Maybe just print them on the back, because if you do end up tossing this, the names are not on the back of the palette. So if you want to keep the names, you have to keep the little sheet that's over them. So this one has 9 mattes, which are these guys, and then 9 shimmer shades over here. And again, some of the mattes are nice. They work a lot better for me than the old Lorac shadows, but these shimmers are just stunning. So let's hopefully get these all in one shot. And these are also magnetized in the pan, or in the palette, so you can remove them and put them into your own magnetic palette or switch them around or what have you. Wow, those mattes are just not showing up very well, are they? But the shimmer. And then these guys. There aren't a ton of really deep shades in this one. There are more deep shades in the Cool Tone palette. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all of these on my arm with them other little shadows. And then these guys. Gosh, I'm going to run out of room. And this bottom row here. I am running out of room. Let's do here, I guess. And then these last 2 shimmers here. I want to see if those, the 6-pan is magnetic, because I didn't check that yet. I'm really into the shimmers in these palettes. But those are the swatches, starting right there down and right there, of the Lorac Pro Soleil eyeshadow palette right there. And I just checked, and the little 6-pan is not magnetized in the palette, so the larger ones are and the little guy is not. Also from Ulta, I got this Kylie Jenner pressed powder palette. There's 2 little palettes in this set. Each one of these has 6 shadows, but it comes together, like the box is connected and there's 2 little palettes in there. And this was 38 bucks, and let me see where these guys are made here. These are both made in the USA, so there's 6 shades in each palette that are 0.02 ounces per shade, and I have really been enjoying the more recent Kylie palettes that I've purchased. She's got some really interesting type of formulations in some of them with pretty sparkles and shimmers and glitters and just some different things going on, and the looks really turn out pretty. So I thought I would give these guys a try. They're, again, a little palette. I was online right when the holiday collection that Kylie's doing with the Grinch collaboration came out, and I had all my things in my bucket, went to check out, sat in the queue, and by the time I went to the queue, a whole bunch of this stuff was removed from my bucket and it all sold out. And I'm like, how can that be? I was like right on it at what it was 5 o'clock my time, and I didn't get the eyeshadow palette, and I'm like devastated. And then I went on eBay, and it's just wild. Like, so many people had pre-listings and just massive amounts of listings for the Grinch collection. I'm like, you know, it took away from those people like myself who really wanted to buy the collection to go list it on eBay, and the prices, oh my gosh, they're just ridiculous. And I did check, and they aren't restocking the collection, which is also extremely unfortunate. I don't think that was a good idea at all, because I seen in the comments there was a lot of people that were really disappointed. I was one of them. Anyway, that's my Grinch and Kylie drama, but these little palettes are super cute. So let's swatch them. There's a warm one and a cool one. So this one right here has got 4 mattes and 2 kind of shimmery glitter shades. Well, more on the shimmer with infusion of glitter than anything. These 2 are mattes. No. These 2 are mattes, and these 2 are mattes, and then these guys are the shimmers. Shall we see if these are magnetized? Usually most of her palettes are. Yes, these are also magnetized inside, so you can remove them. Give you some swatches of these guys. Yeah, it's been like 2 days, and I'm still not over the fact that I didn't get the Grinch palette. But those are the first 4 shades, and then these 2. This one's almost like a cream texture with the infusion of like micro glitter. It's like thicker. Super pretty though. So that's the warm palette in the set. And then here is the cool palette. They're both cardboard packaging with like a glitter fixture on the front. And this one has also got 4 mattes, which are these 2 and these 2, and then the 2 shimmers right here. How fun would it be if Pat McGrath magnetized all her shadows in her palettes? Oh my gosh, I can't bear to break up the packaging for her, but I always think of how pretty all of her shadows would look in like a giant magnetic palette all together. I can't bring myself to do it though. I'm not doing it. But these are magnetized, that's what. Anyway, sidetracked. So those are the 2 little 6-pan palettes that come in that set. And then the last thing that I got at Ulta is this little jelly shadow from NYX. It was on the end cap, kind of by the checkout area, and it just looked really pretty, and it is really pretty. Like, I've been using this kind of as a topper shadow, kind of how I use the Jelly Much eyeshadows from ColourPop, but this is so pretty. The shade, there were 3 shades, and I got the one called A-Lister Silver, which is like a greeny goldy silver situation, we'll just call it, and it's super pretty. I gotta set that down before I drop it. And again, it's by NYX. It was with like their holiday stuff, but it's like a little jelly shadow with a ton of like shimmer and some micro glitters in there, and super reflective. It's just really pretty. So that's the shade A-Lister Silver right there. Isn't that pretty though? I almost forgot this palette. This is the Laura Mercier Standing Ovation Cheek Palette, and I got this at the tail end of the Sephora VIB sale as well. So there are 3 blush shades in here, and from my understanding, these are all shades from her permanent range, which I don't have a ton of Laura Mercier blushes like from the permanent range anyway, but the shades looked really pretty. It's got peach, rose, and grapefruit in there, and each shade is 0.21 ounces a piece, so like a full-size blush, 3 times 6 grams. So 6 grams per blush. It's a hard plastic packaging. And then here are your blushes. Oh, there's the sheet. I'm actually wearing this one on my cheeks today, and this shade and this shade both have like a shimmer or a sheen to it. It's not real shimmery, but there's a bit of sparkle or sheen in those, and then this center shade is matte. There's some really pretty blushes there. And again, I'm wearing that shade, which, let's grab some more. I saw a palette, I haven't seen it a lot of places, but I couldn't seem to locate it on the Sephora website. It was similar to this one. It had a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer shade in there. That one looked really pretty too, but they didn't have that one on Sephora. So those are the shades right there from the Laura Mercier Standing Ovation Cheek Palette. Again, peach, rose, and grapefruit are the shades. Next up, I placed an order on the Victoria Beckham website because she came out with 2 new shades of her lid lusters, which I adore this formula. It's just a really beautiful sparkly eyeshadow in a pot. And I'm kind of kicking myself. I should have just got the black shade with the silver sparkles too. That's the only one that I don't have. So they come in the pot packaging. There's a total of 5 grams or 0.17 ounces of product in here, which is a pretty substantial amount of product that you're getting. This first one is the shade Honey. And this one's got quite a kind of thicker type of texture to it, but it's beautiful. So this is the shade Honey. Ooh. Right there. And then the other shade is called Tea Rose, and this one's a little bit more kind of dimensional. There's some kind of a variety of different sparkles in here, but it's beautiful as well. The Honey shade doesn't have quite as many like sparkles. It's more like a real metallic, where the Tea Rose has got more like, I guess, micro glitters in them, but it's beautiful. So that is Tea Rose and that is Honey. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch it next to Mink as well so you guys can see the difference, because that's the other kind of neutral brown one that is in her range. So this one is Mink right here. I've worn this in absolute boatload with that really pretty vanilla shade she has. But I just wanted to have you guys see the difference between kind of the neutral shades. So there's Mink, Tea Rose, and Honey right there. But aren't those beautiful? I really enjoy Victoria Beckham's products. I love pairing these lid luster shadows with her little what are they, quads? Yeah, the little quads in the cute little tin packaging. Oh, so that's everything that I got in that I purchased this week. I have some stuff that, like, it's going on 2 weeks and it's not here. I keep checking like USPS and it's like still traveling in the network or whatever, and I'm like, are you lost? But anyway, these next couple items are PR packages. This first one is from Viseart Paris, and I got this package yesterday, and the day before I ordered them from Muse Beauty Pro. So I have them on the way from Muse Beauty Pro, and I also got them in PR, but I wanted to swatch them in this video because Black Friday is coming up and you guys can see the swatches of these. And then I know Muse Beauty Pro always has really good Black Friday sales, so I wanted to get the swatches up so you can see whether or not they're going to be something that you like. So Mom is going to score some Viseart little quads here because I have another set on the way. But as always, a huge thank you to Viseart for sending these over. I'm going to read the menu that came in the box. It says menu on the card. Not too cute. It says, introducing the Petits Fours eyeshadow collection. Inspired by dainty pastry delicacies, these miniature treats feature mouth-watering mattes perfectly paired with sparkling sugary shades within 4 scrumptious eyeshadow quads. Now I want a donut. Expertly crafted and baked to perfection, these charming color stories create delightfully decadent, eye-catching confections. Each magnetized miniature morsel, their wording here, man, is encased within brand new, shimmering, bite-sized petite packaging. Whether you're craving the rich depth of chocolate of the caramel creaminess of praline, the berry beauty of framboise or framboise, or the languorously luscious lilas, you're sure to find a heavenly treat to satisfy your desire for sweets. And I still want a donut. So these retail for $22 USD, and the packaging on these are so cute. So this is a new pan size from Viseart. These are 1.5 gram pans. So this first one I'm going to show you, it's the Petits Fours Praline. It's this guy right here. I'm actually going to probably store the palette in the little casing like this because I just think these are so cute. So this one has got 1 matte eyeshadow in there, and the other 3 are shimmer shades. It comes with a plastic sheet to cover them as well. The matte in here is this one down in the corner, and then these 3 are shimmers. Just to kind of reference the pans here, so the new little quads are 1.5 grams. The normal standard ones are 2 grams, and the little itty bitty ones right here are 1 gram. So you've got 1, 1.5, and then 2 grams of product for size-wise of the amount of product that you're getting in the pan size. So let's go ahead and swatch Praline. Gosh, these feel beautiful. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Viseart shadows. The sparkle in some of these shimmers is like a, I don't know, it has a really pretty reflect like in there. So that is the quad Praline right there. And then this next one is the Petits Fours Lilas. And this one had one casualty, so I do have to be a little careful with it. I tried to repress it, but it's a very delicate situation. This one has got 2 mattes and 2 shimmers in there, but these shimmers have got, again, they've got that sparkle to them that just catches the light like extra type of deal. So let me, these 2 are the mattes right here, and then these 2 are the shimmers. That's the one I tried to repress it, but I don't want to like tip it over and, I don't know, make it like fall out. And these are also magnetized, so you can remove them and put them in whatever magnetic palette, or maybe put them all together. I gotta set it down. So this one is the Lilas. I hope they come out with more of these. I think that they're super, super, super cute, super fun. So there is Lilas right there. This next one is Chocolat. And this one has also got 2 matte eyeshadows in here. These 2 are mattes, and then these 2 are the shimmers. I feel like some of the shimmers in these are kind of crossed with like a metallic and kind of their crystalline formula. So that one is Chocolat. And then the last little fella is the Framboise, I think. And this one is the pink palette. Also has 2 mattes and 2 shimmers in here. These 2 are your mattes, and then these 2 are your shimmers. I love that the packaging matches the colors inside too. So like if you're grabbing for them, it's just easier to see which one you're grabbing for. That blends right into my skin tone. Oh my gosh, I need to do a better job at wiping those off. So that one is the Framboise quad. So you got Framboise, Chocolat, Lilas, and Praline right there. And those are the new Viseart Petite Fours eyeshadow palettes. And they're just the most darling little things. Right there. And then next up, Wayne Goss and Beautylish sent me over his latest eye collection. He came out with another one of his luxury eye palettes, and this is the Pearl Moonstone palette. It's got that same silver packaging to it, and then 2 more of his kohl eyeliners. I've actually got a bit of the kohl eyeliner in Blue Sapphire on my waterline today, and I mixed it because it's kind of a blackened blue. I mixed it with the KVD Vegan Beauty Satellite Blue to kind of also help them last a little bit longer on my waterline. I have got very watery eyes where like keeping things on the waterline is pretty difficult. These KVD Vegan Beauties really last well, but I also wanted to brighten up the blue. So I do have a little bit of Blue Sapphire mixed with that KVD Vegan Beauty on my waterline today. And then the palette is also what's on my eyes. And it was the darndest thing. Like, I thought the eyeshadow palette looked pretty and stuff like that, but I didn't anticipate that it was going to be something that I like gravitate towards. Like, where's that palette? I've worn this eyeshadow palette quite a few times, like this eye look. I've gotten compliments on it. It's just super, super pretty. Like, it's that type of palette that's a blue that I feel like anybody can pull off. It's blue eyeshadow without like, oh my gosh, that's blue eyeshadow, you know what I mean? Even though, it's blue eyeshadow. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's kind of the best way that I can describe it. Let me go ahead and swatch the eye kohls first. So let's swatch Blue Sapphire right here. So there's Blue Sapphire, and the other shade is a purple called Deep Amethyst. And these 2 colors are the kind of colors that I wish so bad that a company would come out in a liquid eyeliner form with a brush tip, like the Essence black eyeliner that I love. I love these 2 shades. They're like black and blue and black and purple, and I wish so bad I could get them in a liquid eyeliner form, and they're just very difficult to find. And then here is the Pearl Moonstone palette, and these things come with an absolute boatload of product. There's a total of 0.57 ounces or 16.2 grams amongst 6 shades of eyeshadow, which is 2.7 grams per eyeshadow. It's like a lot. And I love the pan size. And the other thing that I really like about the layout of these is there's not a bunch of extra space. I know a lot of palettes, they've got quite a bit of space between shades, but there's not a lot of wasted space in here, and I really like that. There's one duplicate shade between this palette and his other palette, and that's the black right here. So I've got 5 of the shadows on my eyes today. I did not use this kind of pearly gray right here. I mixed these 2 shades together for the crease. I blended out with this guy, put this one underneath the brow, and then on the lid I mostly got this one with a touch of the peach on the inner corner, and that's kind of the go-to look that I've been using with this palette. I do get a bit of fallout with the matte shades. They're really soft, so they can kick up some product, and then a little bit of fallout with this glitter shade, but considering how much glitter is in that shade, I don't think the fallout is that bad. Like, I wouldn't mind an entire palette with shades like this. I love the one that's in his other palette as well. They have a really beautiful sparkle to them. And again, considering how much like micro glitter shimmers are in there, I don't feel like they're super messy to work with. So let me go ahead and give you guys some swatches. There are 3 mattes in here, which are these 2 grays and the black. And then you've got this shade right here, which looks peach, but it has a lighter shift of shimmer in it. That's like a peach with an icy finish to it. And then this one is kind of a satin finish. And then this is kind of your glitter right here. But it's a glitter kind of formulation with a ton of blue pigmentation to it. I was really taken aback by how much I've worn this palette in the little amount of time that I've had it. And it's definitely one I'm going to be wearing during the holidays for some reason or another. It kind of gives me holiday vibes to it. And then these 2 shades. Like, I even feel like these swatches aren't quite giving those grays justice because they build and blend out on the eye really, really well. Like I said, I do get some fallout with them that brushes off the cheeks fairly easily, but they build and they blend really, really well. And they just look super flattering. Like, I just love the look that comes out of this. It's wearing a really pretty blue eyeshadow without being like, she's wearing blue eyeshadow. And then real quick, I'm going to hold it next to his Imperial Topaz palette, just so you guys can see the colors side by side. Like I said, the black is a duplicate shade between the 2. So there's Pearl Moonstone and Imperial Topaz right there. There is one more matte in the Moonstone palette compared to the Topaz, which only has 2. But I really love this. I love it a lot. Let me try to grab a little bit of this glitter blue, even though those eyeliners probably set by now. Let me just try to put it over this just to see if it would, yeah. It just adds some more depth to that. Right there. I just want to see what that looked like. It's really, really shiny. But those are new from Wayne Goss, and a huge thank you to Beautylish and Wayne for sending them over. I'm always excited to see what Wayne has in store next, and I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? He comes out with a holiday brush every year. I'm like, where's the sneak peek? Are we gonna get one? Are we gonna get a holiday brush this year? I really hope so. That's one of the things I look forward to, the Wayne Goss holiday brush, and I love to get the Chikuhodo holiday sets, which I did order those. I think they ship on the 24th or something like that, but gets me in the holiday spirit. The new holiday brush collections. And then my last PR package is from none other than the House of Sillage, and I always feel like with each release of their collections that they can't beat that collection, and then I feel like they beat that collection. Each one is just so, so pretty. And I'm very fortunate. I'm very grateful for being able to receive such luxury items. So I do want to say a huge thank you to the House of Sillage for sending these over, because they are pricey. They are very luxurious items. They're beautiful though. Like, with all of the fragrances that I've gotten from the House of Sillage, there was only one fragrance that didn't suit me. So that kind of says a lot. I almost feel like you can order a House of Sillage fragrance in the blind because they all smell so good. So anyway, they came out with a collaboration with Disney. And like, who doesn't love Disney? And it's none other than Mickey Mouse on top of that. So they launched this collection on Mickey Mouse's birthday, which was November 18th. And like, The little cards are so cute. So I'll just read on the back here. The Mickey Mouse perfume and the Minnie Mouse bow lipstick case set. This joyful fragrance transports you to the magical world of Disney with their iconic mouse couple, Mickey and Minnie. The whimsical scent is symbolic of the famous couple's ever-loving relationship, incorporating sparkling notes of refreshing coconut, bright florals, and sweet vanilla. And for me, I really get the coconut out of this fragrance. It's going to be one that I really gravitate towards in the summertime, and you don't need like but maybe 2-3 maximum spritzes of it, because House of Sillage perfumes are so concentrated that you just don't have to use a lot. Like that fragrance that I love, the 7 Virtues one that I got during the Sephora sale, I can like 10 I like overdo it a little bit. I do like maybe 10 sprays and it lasts decent. But in terms of the amount that I've used, it should last longer than that. That's kind of a big difference that I see between House of Sillage fragrances and others, is how little fragrance you need to maintain the smell. So I'll just read the notes here. It says top notes are bergamot, mandarin, and cardamom. Heart notes are orange blossom, coconut milk, and cocoa. And the base notes are modern, amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. And it is a stunning fragrance. I didn't even get to the fun part. Wait till you see the packaging on this one. So it's their little cupcake one, and it has Mickey Mouse ears. Like, right? And it says Disney and House of Sillage. It's encrusted with the Swarovski crystals all the way around it, and then up in here and over the Mickey Mouse ears. And these are 2.5 fluid ounce bottles. So I just pull the little ears off. For me, right off the bat, I get the coconut. So if you like a coconut fragrance, this one is beautiful. It's a really complex fragrance. That's another thing with the House of Sillage fragrances, is you can smell the different notes, and it's just a really complex formula, and they're really unique fragrances. You have the embossing on the bottom that says House of Sillage and Disney right there. It's just the cutest darn thing. It even says it on the band right here, Disney and House of Sillage. And I love a good coconut when it's done right, and this one is definitely done right. This is the box that the fragrance comes in. It's got Mickey up here and then Minnie down here. Like, such a cute box. I can't bear to toss the boxes. And even the little cloth that you can clean it with has got the Disney and Sillage embossed on it. And then there's a little card inside the box as well, saying that you're now owner of the Disney and House of Sillage fragrance. And then the mini lipstick also comes in that same type of a box. It's got the little card up top, and then it does have the little case that you can put the refill in. And this is a exclusive shade to this collection. It's called Magical, and it's the Diamond Powder Lipstick by House of Sillage, which, oh, I've been really obsessed with their nudes collection. I've been wearing those a ton. Here's the bow tie case that it comes in. It's like a really expensive piece of jewelry, and then the little cloth that houses the case has also got Disney and House of Sillage on it. Just the attention to detail, man. But wait till you see the actual case. It's that Minnie Mouse red encrusted with the Swarovski crystals. It says Disney and the House of Sillage on there. Like, so pretty. So these again are the enamel encrusted with Swarovski, and then the lipstick is a red. So I'll give you guys a swatch of it right here. It's, I would say it's a raspberry red. It definitely has kind of a pink undertone to it. So it doesn't come off quite like it looks in the bullet. It's definitely more of a, again, a kind of raspberry red shade, or it has a pink undertone to it. So that's the lipstick shade in Magical right there. And I have not worn this yet. Maybe we'll bust it out during the holidays. And a real heartfelt thank you to the House of Sillage for sending me over their products. Again, I live in the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, and stuff like this is not something that I get to experience very often. So it just gives me some feels, some really special feels, and I'm really appreciative of that, and for them for thinking of me and sending this stuff over to me. Not only that, but the quality of the products really speaks for itself. Again, these are some of the most interesting fragrances that I've ever smelled. What's really crazy is I was going through some of my perfumes, and my auntie was coming and she was wondering if I had any perfume for giveaway. I was like, well, this is a fine time to kind of go through my perfume and get rid of some of the ones that I haven't worn very often. So I was kind of spraying different ones, and I'm so used to kind of wearing like these House of Sillage ones, or like that Italian fragrance, the Madagascar vanilla, or really kind of more high-end fragrances, that when I went to kind of smell some of, I think there was a Jimmy Choo one, and a Chloe one, and maybe a YSL one. But when I went to smell those, I just got synthetic. It felt I smelled synthetic is what I got out of those. And that's because I'm so used to smelling fragrances like this. Like, it was just really bizarre. So I ended up decluttering quite a few fragrances actually. So I found that really interesting. Anyway, what a beautiful collaboration between Disney and the House of Sillage right there. And that is everything for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.